Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You know?
This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Snap your fingers, come on. Oh yeah. And with that being said, welcome to Morning Coffees with James. I'm James, and this little show on this face of the internet is my morning coffee show. You know, most people will not do a morning coffee show. Most people will not put up this, but I did. It's mine. It's mine, oh mine. Update. I am in the middle of, hopefully this weekend, you can catch Dreams About My Brother, the next episode. It's not as, the way I planned it. It's not the way I kind of, like, visioned it when I constructed it. It was, it's alright. I mean, it could be better, but I feel like the next one after that's going to be a little bit better because that one's more humorous and I can get away with a lot more. This one was just like a description. There will be visual like representations within like this whole thing. It will be more of a... There will be a soundtrack to it, so it's not... Weird, man. It's not going to be as pretty. Well, it is going to be pretty, but it's not going to be... It's not going to be like this, where I can easily speak. I tried writing the script, and I tried going off the script, and I just kind of, like, looked at it, and I was like, yeah, I'm more better at, like, speaking to a camera. I got the thoughts down, but I just need to do the script better, so... And again, it's been a while since I've actually done, like, script-telling stories. I usually go off the fly, and usually I don't use a script. I mean, the people who are probably watching this know that I don't go off any script. I kind of go off of, like, a good guideline, and that's it. You know, that's how usually my filming goes. I mean, I've done a music video... I've done 3 video projects in my entire life that I'm actually proud of. I've done a mockumentary, a music video, and a short film. That was it. But what should we talk about today? Well, I want to get off that topic a little bit, off of the whole film stuff and all that stuff. So I want to talk about the civil disobedience that may be coming after, you know, this whole quarantine thing, or maybe if this quarantine thing is still up. I mean, people are freaked out on both ends, and I feel like nobody's really listening to the facts or listening to, like, what we need to do. I mean, we're so afraid of germs and diseases now that we've become so pussy-whipped by them. You know what I mean? Like, we've become so, like... entangled in fear from them. It's like, oh my god, this coronavirus can kill everybody, and it's like, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's like, alright, fine, if you're afraid, I want to go outside, I want to go to the beach, I want to go to the park, I want to go, you know, I want to go outside and get that nice vitamin D from the good old sun. It's good for you, man, it's good. Vitamin D is good for you. You know, I want to go swimming. I want to go hiking, hunting. Well, I can't hunt in this season now, but still. I want to go do the things I want to do. And this is what's really just bugging me, is the fact that nobody's, like, letting people do this. They're like, oh, it's too dangerous, and this quarantine could work. We got to lower the curve, and it's just like... You know, I'm seeing a lot of people out, and this is another thing too, and I know I'm going to sound sadistic, I'm seeing a lot of people tie shit to their face, like shoes or some kind of weird item, and I'm like, why in God's green earth are you wearing that? Like, it's kind of like, you know, if people are like kind of becoming sadistic, and they're like, yo, we gotta thin out the herd. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going out there too, so fine. I guess I'm part of that herd too. Like, it's just how fucking mean we've gotten nowadays. I mean, it's funny nowadays to me because it's like, people, all these businesses that are not essential businesses are dying, and again, I want a haircut, but yet people who are doing like underground salons and stuff like that are getting busted for doing that. Oh, you can't publicly gather. It's like, you know what? I'm tired of this whole like, oh, you're gonna spread it in here, you're gonna die in these germs, and it's like, you know what? You're just hyping up a fucking flu virus. Well, it's worse than the flu. You know what? Yeah. So, okay, so it's worse than the flu. Is it worse than AIDS? I don't think so. AIDS sucks. So does cancer. I think you're overhyping it and you're oversaturating it. And I know I keep talking about this, but it's like, it's the truth. And you've got people who are coming out now. All these nurses and doctors who are like, especially like the nurses, because they're like, there's, they're killing people here. We have to like up the numbers of deaths in America from coronavirus, so we have to like fill their lungs. And there's people out there who are speaking out against this, and there's doctors out there who, I go back again to the 2 California doctors who were just like, nobody's talking about, the diabetes, the smoking, the things that accumulate with this disease. Like, you're gonna get it bad if you're a smoker for 25 years. You're gonna get it bad if you have diabetes. You're gonna get it bad if you're if you have previous medical conditions. You're gonna get it bad. And yet, these guys, these people, act so afraid and have to be like, well, you don't want people to die. And that argument, it's like, do you want people to die? It's like, no, but apparently if your ideology includes, abortions, then why do you have a problem with somebody else dying? You know what I mean? Like, it's this whole like trying to fight death thing that really bugs me. It's like, okay, we can extend our lives to a certain point, but he's gonna come. The man comes around. He's gonna take you. So it's like, or she. I mean, I heard death is a bitch, but apparently, according to Neil Gaiman, death is a goth girl. So figured as much. But no, I feel like it's gotten to that point where it's just let people do what they gotta do. I mean, hell, in California, like, they're blocking off the beaches. They're arresting people. Have you seen? There's videos out there of like police like beating up people for not wearing a mask, and it's like, this is when revolutions start. Like, this is when fucking people get pissed. And one dude, I bet you, one person is going to take a pistol and start shooting cops. Like, I don't know. I don't think he might, because I don't know. Who knows? But the thing that like really scares me about this, and it's the same thing with like what happened a couple of years ago with that crazy lady with YouTube. I was trying to think of the event. I was like, what is it that? Oh, the YouTube thing, right? And if you don't know what happened with that, a vegan Iranian woman finally got tired of YouTube's shit and tried to do something about it. Let's just say, it didn't fit. Well, let's just say she didn't succeed. But I will say this though, it's baffling a little bit to me. I mean, people are not expecting people to like. Some people are just like, telling everybody to shut up and you have to do what they say. Oh, you got to save lives, and it's like, but it's like, this is not healthy. Staying indoors is not healthy. You got to go outside. I mean, going to the beach is a great way to get vitamin D. Yes, I got sun poisoning once, but honestly, vitamin D is good for you. Vitamin D is good for you. Being outside is good for you. It spreads less disease, and you're worried about a virus that, could or could not kill you, and it's like, come on now. I'm so over this bullshit. And also we're arresting people for doing underground salons. Back in the 30s it was underground bars and the bootlegging, and now it's haircuts, which I probably need. But You know, they want everybody to be afraid. They want everybody to be in control. Oh, it's for your safety. Bullshit. Like, bullshit. You talk about safety, it's like, first of all, when I hear a politician talk about safety, I feel like we're losing most of our rights. And hell, does anybody remember 9/11 and in the Patriot Act? I mean, come on now. I know I shouldn't be talking about this much, but it's like, it bothers me. Again, it just, what, you know, it's like, come on, we need to get the gyms open. And it's also this other shit too, like, minus the gyms, which I want to go back to, but again, I also, like, don't miss the bullshit of it, but I kind of do miss, like, the free weights. I've kind of miss having that kind of equipment. And now, like, after this, I might, like, go back to it. I might go to a different, like, setup, you know what I mean? Like, do the things I was usually doing, but, like, do differently, you know what I mean? But now it's, I don't know. It's, I keep repeating my words. Dang it. What was I going off on? Oh, the meat. The whole meat shortage thing and the whole this, and it's like, oh, well, the coronavirus could jump onto meat and all this, and it's like, hey, okay, hey, calm down. First of all, are you eating your meat raw? Are you eating pork raw? This is what my thing is. It's like, once the media says shit, you know, everything has to get fucked up now. And, like, the media takes no responsibility for this. Well, we're the only news journalists out there. We have the authority. It's like, no, you don't. No, you fucking don't anymore. You know, you're not the Ministry of Truth. You know? I'm hoping people wake up to this shit. I might try to protest myself. I might try to go out there and just go to the beach or some shit like that. I'm not going to New Jersey's, though. I may be going to Florida's. I may be saving up some money, getting a train ticket, and just go to Florida for a day and just come back and find a nice hotel down there, go to the beach, and come back. But it's aggravating. I'll tell you that much. It's aggravating to just see people freak out over this and just seeing our lives being compromised. It's like, I was watching this guy talk about this whole new normal, and he was like, no, this is not a new normal. You know, this whole word of the new normal, it's like, no, this is not a normal. This is an abnormal. This is the abnormal now. This is so abnormal, it's not even funny. It's like, oh, we're just gonna accept this, and this is the new normal now. No. This is not changing our ideas view of America from 1950 to 2020. No, this is not the new normal. Like, this is not the new normal. This is the abnormal. I have to agree with them, because it's like, we shouldn't be wearing masks in stores. We shouldn't be, forced to do this, or we have to do this because it's mandatory, because we have to save, like, I get washing your hands. I get it. Wash your hands. What about practicing other good hygiene? What about practicing other good methods of keeping yourself safe? It's mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Oh, my God. People, we need to get out there again. We need to get out there. Let's go to the gyms. Let's go to these salons. Let's live our lives. And people need to reopen. Don't call these people stupid because they just want to go to work. They don't want to live in a police state. You feel like you're being safe, but it's like you don't go outside. I know several people who spend so much time in their house watching shit on TV that they don't go outside and just enjoy it. Just enjoy going outside, the sunshine. I mean, I have to go to work out in the world, and, it's like, I just want to work. People are up my ass. Like, I know I'm going off the topic here, but I have to get this off my chest. But people are up my ass about having a career and doing this, and this is what your security should be. There's no security anymore. I mean, if shit all goes wrong, like, oh yeah, those benefits definitely helped. It's like, just, I gotta get out of this house, too. It's like, you can tell from my face, I just look so fucking miserable. It's like, I'm not letting it drag me down, because it's like, I don't give a shit. They don't bother me anymore. They're just obnoxious. I think the two of them are obnoxious. Granted, I love my dad, and my mom is a different story, but it's, it just gets to this point where I think we all need to stand up to this, and it just be like, okay, we need to get out, we need to step out of our boundaries. And I know people out there are like, well, what about the disease? There's so many vulnerable people. Like, well, there's also the flu virus. There's also, by the way, spiders, Black Widow spiders out there. There's also cars. There's also, killer bees now. There's also things that could kill you in an instant. I mean, jaguars could come out of the woodwork and attack you. I mean, there's so many things out there that could kill you, and yet you're still afraid. It's like, don't live in fear anymore. I used to live in fear. I used to live in fear of like, oh, if I do this, this bad thing will happen. No, once you get to a point in your life where like nothing like, I'm not saying you shouldn't give a shit. You should always give a shit, but I'm also tapping on this. You should always give a shit. You should always care. You should always like incentivized to being caring and giving, but like you should learn to say no, and that's it. That's all you gotta say. Alright, I'm gonna get off of family topics here. I'm gonna go back to Corona and being out in the world. We should get back out there. That's where we should belong. It's like we don't belong in this hole. We don't belong in our homes constantly. I mean, this room I'm in, it's like a cell. It's like a very small cell with a short roof. Now, granted, I was living in a place that had a nice open space, but it's kind of obnoxious. Like, I don't know, just so many people out there are just want you to do this or do that, and it's like, no, I will not do what you tell me to because you think it will protect me. Because honestly, I don't need your protection anymore. Bad things are gonna happen either way. So, death comes for you like that. And it's a cute goth girl too who does it. I'm sorry, Neil Gaiman did that, okay? He put that in his comic of Sandman. Look at it and tell me she's not cute. Tell me that death does not look cute in that. All right. Let me see here. Let me get a gander to confirm this. No, I don't need to confirm it, because if you read Neil Gaiman's Sandman, which I haven't yet, I'm going to read it. All right, that's enough for me. I think I'm overdue. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, love you, and bye-bye. And I'll see you next morning, bright and early. Excuse me, I burped. I'm disgusting. I'm a disgusting animal. All right, see you next time. And remember, stay awesome. Stay strong.